Peace FM 104.3. Who to meet Taki?
So talk is not whether to honor. It's a journalist.
MD has been resolved.
Really? How was it resolved?
From what I hear, the journalist has been released, both of them, and it looks like life has gone back to normal.
Okay, Inima.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with the attempt to cure the mischief, if indeed there was one. Maybe some video clips of the national security personnel were more or less quote unquote invaded the premises of City FM in pursuit or in search of a lady, was a lady journalist with the station. Apparently, they alleged on a recipient of information watching the journalist now watching our premises one or sign it to Kwame. Sometimes it's the optics. A recognized media house actually reporter for whatever reason, and I'll come to that soon subsequently. Made me feeling the modus operandi was it lacked finesse.
When I not lack finesse,
the national member, national security personnel. That is at least video na me one. I wasn't comfortable with how they stormed the premises. Inima station or ownership or management. We are sure so that when you be more ebakada wamayo into thin air. I believe that there security personnel so about handle some of these things. They should be guided by history and other things, and always look at the possibility of people misrepresenting or misinterpreting what motives, one mode of operations. I think so. We'll contact City FM management.
Yeah.
We are holding one of your reporters here. This is what we suspect he had done, and that apparently you were another suspect within more premises. You better talk to them and things, which I'm told eventually is what happened.
Yeah.
The management went there and all. I think they could have handled it without causing any alarm.
They had no business going to City FM to go and
the way a
create
went. Somebody from National Security could have gone to City FM all the same.
Okay.
To deal with the management face to face.
But on your them armed, Rambo style, gun toting.
They were gun. No. It's needless. Optically detestable. And then sometimes anything can go wrong there.
Yeah.
And
what if the gun had gone off?
Gun and kasa. No. A lot of people are monitoring us. And sometimes some of these incidents, are your factor into how we are rated or ranked in terms of we see. Outside, IP won't share all the details.
Yeah.
Headline, what's a watch journalist? Headline, what's a vision view of a media house? It gives a negative impression. And sometimes some of those things go into the ranking and the rating, and it's not good enough. And see, I mean, before there, we see other methods. Call the management. This is what we want. You can go there. The management will call you. Finesse. No noise. Nothing. You may achieve the same objective now. I hope the minister is listening to us. There was a constant training, but this world is developing. The media space industry is expanding, both mainstream media and social media. Personally, there's a word, maybe free. on your refresher courses, but the reorientation, all sorts of things. I mean, how to handle some of these things. Or different if at the armed suspect be or hide in the city FM premises.
Yeah.
Then that one, the mode of operation is also different. The kind of deployment you do is different. But if it's just one journalist, be a suspect that we receive an unauthorized information, I think there's a very decent way of dealing with it with a lot of finesse in order not to create any public uproar and give people, mischief makers, be the ammunition they need to paint government as well as the country as a country press freedom being suppressed. Now, Mark and the you know. So lack of finesse, on the part of the national security personnel in terms of their mode of operations. But you see, journalists also, well, in turn, them maintain peer review of fellow journalists because sometimes it could amount to hypocrisy and double standards. Why?
Yeah.
I sense a certain indiscretion born out of inexperience. And for that matter...
Inexperience, mischief, what?
No, I won't add mischief for good reasons.
Just no, inexperience.
Okay. It could be a factor.
But
yes, please.
You know why a video? This journalist, video or bash police for the Independence Square.
Yes.
Well, I selfie now you're all around the comment, not the bash police.
Yes, but and that is not why.
Yeah, but again, that should give a certain clue.
Yeah, but it means speculate on mischief for good reasons.
I leave it. Okay.
But also what can it do for me? You may be one national, or coincide. I don't know whether undercover in terms of name identity, whether he gave his real identity or not, but coincide and began filming. We journalists, we are allowed to use subterfuge. It's in our code of ethics and it's in the National Media Commission printouts, copies of which I have here. Some of our analysis methodologies, or if you like Tiger Eye War methodology now, are captured within that context. And I'm not one of those people who is just going to shout, hey, hey, hey. But you see, where I miss an indiscretion born out of inexperience or over enthusiasm there, over seriousness in the Kwame. Say, if film is such an area, you don't go out there in the open and film it to be caught. No, you won't get me. I'll be there. Maybe film a quarter, but you won't get it. You won't see. Kweku Baako filming.
So he should have been more discreet.
Yes, it is a covert ops. Investigative journalism, the other object. First of all, they define object. We are allowed to do that when what we are doing is driven by public interest. It's written, and I'm sure Kwame, you know that it's in our code. Public health,
national security,
national but whole national security sector the fact that we cried a film, I tell you that the Jumani akakakra.
You know elsewhere he could have been shot.
Yes. In this era of terrorism and things.
Yeah.
But inti me feel there wakana kakra. We need upgrade, Kwame, in terms of how, when, what, and where. Or by there, it may use subterfuge or secret camera or do secret recording and videoing. Otherwise, you'll be caught. But again, there's an argument out there, and again, I'm coming back to the legal regime. There are signs there, no video or no filming here.
Yeah.
Ibimo say it is not backed by law. It's possible. Checking the entirety of your laws, but very educated legal arguments also being raised. one of which appeals to me kakrani something like the point reference to Article 1911, 19 Section 11. The Kwame said, how you define a crime? It's difficult to charge anybody with that an offense. Church has it in the Constitution, or they define. It is in defining, I don't know, in law, the operative thing in law. Let's say it's now, then prosecution becomes tricky, very hard to deliver any serious verdict. Inti Adekra may learn out of this.
Adekra maybe I don't know if I can get something. And there's a practice, walk or quarter. You don't film the interior proceedings of the court.
Yes.
Is it backed by law?
I don't
or
know.
convention?
Sincerely, yes. You see, I don't.
I'm
know.
asking.
Maybe some good lawyers out there can educate us. But with the election petitions, you needed an explicit permission. From the Chief Justice.
I know. Also, some journalists with legal background say there's no law stopping anyone from filming in a security zone. Get us some education. Is there a law that says you can't film in court? In court. In
court, unless na make a election petition. Two. The televised. But it was with the explicit permission of the Chief Justice and, if you like, the judicial authority. But again, it's a useful question. I would love to have an answer whether it's captured in any statute.
Yeah.
But for instance, security zones, whether it's also captured, and that's why I was drifting to the little education or less than me learning there. Perhaps we should capture it in law.
Listen to somebody.
Yeah.
Also, okay. So signboards are not backed by law. We're here. When you go to a place that says female washroom and you're a man, will you enter? Is that signboard backed by law or common sense?
It not, exactly. Experience.
Common sense.
So your BB or there necessarily because of public interest. Yeah, what's a match they be more kada was or from some vehicles. What really was it? Is it the vehicles no suspect there or stolen vehicles in the national security protect or seized vehicles? I don't know. I cannot interrogate that because I don't know him. But make sure you are not caught. But Kwame, what I'm saying is the bottom line, say, you are not quite there. You need any strict legal regime on this matter. The education is that or there you be. This could be education by negative experience. Because on your first time, Bibi da Messi, it may not be the last time. Church must say. Even though you're exactly the same thing, a Kai TV tray in Hotel Kufuor.
Yeah.
And it was not just the hotel, but the fact that there was a President Nifi. And the President Nifi has security implications.
Of course.
And it became a huge issue. My police for Chewo.
One shot.
Unfortunately, in the police detachment block now, President Nifi, which became another issue.
Yeah.
I even remember my own friend, my brother Pratt.
One shot.
I'll tell you an experience. And also, look, Bema Camp.
Yeah.
Just a security zone.
You can't go there and film.
And I'll tell you what we had, the experience we had 1980 February. Check 4 of our boys were, my colleagues were arrested for doing leafleting. Meanwhile, organization and Kasaya Trans there, this or some anti-airware. Some people were promoting things against airways in the military. And we didn't feel comfortable with it. So we took a decision there, counter. So we were doing an anti-ethnocentric leafleting.
Yeah.
The leadership decided where they should do those things. Yet, and the 4 of our colleagues, led by my own good friend, the late Edulabi.
Yeah.
They went into the barracks to do the it became a huge issue. International media but Yankasa retreating review. We admitted among ourselves that look, but you guys, you had no business going to a restricted zone.
No, you can't.
You didn't have to, or you're obvious about overzealousness. So whilst we were agitating for their release, which we succeeded in getting them released, we were humble enough to eat There, look.
Eat humble pie.
Young Kasaso, we went to the extreme. But bottom line, I always prefer the state actors. I mean, this is my final point. State actors, the way we conduct war, the way we conduct war operations. A lot more is required of them to set the agenda for Kenya to move forward. Into MEPA security for nature. Some of these things
are avoidable.
They should have a certain sense of proportion.
A certain sense of proportion. And Kweku, here's one more. I'll take 1 second though. A police station is a public place, isn't it?
Yeah.
But can you just walk in there and start filming? Even a common school classroom, you can't enter and start filming because it's a public place. So common sense should always.
Yes. But so that
you're ready.
I mean, or that me film BBA police for ya on yet, for instance, corruption, criminal BBA. I'll do it without them seeing me doing it. Check my say.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm saying. We are talking here of journalists, whether investigative or not. Let's say a criminal BB kodo in a public place. Who there? Woman who there? Ibia who there filmer. It's ineffective because what you and linear county and Kwame, what there or pede waji get no so ne phone. In him that Damini, them raw. So that makes a pede for me computer will me here because it's suspect him. Don't you need a court order?
You need one.
That's true.
Do you? You see, look, let's work within the framework of the law.
This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.